what's up guys, welcome back to Planet Coaster 2, and we are on the final scenario, which is Coaster Chasm, and this is part 2, Coaster Chasm, sorry, this is part 2, where we are going for the Platinum objective. Now currently this looks like it's going to be the final scenario, unless they bring out some DLCs. But since you were last with me in part 1, I have done quite a bit of work, mainly to do with our next objective, which is build a transport ride for at least 1500 meters, which, guys, believe it or not, is really long for a transport ride. And I've done a lot of work on the landscaping. So I have decided to start my bus ride here. Now I'm going for a bus because I think they are one of the more popular things. I've gone down here and I've kind of leveled off all of this area, and then the bus is going to climb up here. It's going to come out the other side, and there's another station there. So I've done some work by removing the bridge, flattening the terrain, and then kind of building this staircase down. The idea is I'm going to probably put a few rides here, maybe a small coaster, and then continued like a wavy sort of path, and then the bus will continue round here. Now I brought this plot of land as well. I have leveled it all off and removed the paths that were already in there. Leveled it all off, put this sort of design of path in, just so that I can then build around it and see what I can build down here. I've put a station there, a station over there, a station there, and then it's finally going to come around here, possibly another station here, and it's going to meet up here, which then goes under the ground and comes out back at the first station here. But the guys, this is hugely expensive. This ride is probably one of the most expensive rides I've built, so don't go into this lightly. Now I did start recording and started building one, and I thought, oh, I've done quite a distance, only to find out it was only 800 meters. So this is why I've now decided that this is going to go quite the distance. It might be a little bit too much. It might not, but it's definitely going to be enough. It's definitely going to be enough. But as you can see, it literally eats away at your money. I might just have to move that path a little bit. I don't know if I can connect that. Insufficient funds. I can. There we go. It's a bit of a steep slope, but that is in effect the whole way around the park, and that's going to give people loads and loads of room to work and go wherever. But we are now going to have to work on each station. So each station you need to have an entrance, an exit, and of course each station also has to have power. So what I'm kind of hoping is that with a bit of fast forwarding, which I've got going on at the minute, by the time that I've done all these, I can start actually building rides that are going to take the area down below and give people an actual reason to ride the bus. Because it's a good tour. It's going to be a hell of a tour. So we need to do this with each station, and we need to make sure that each station has got power. So I'm literally going to leave it running on fast forward at this point, so that we can generate some cash. And you know what? You could put, you might want to put some shops. You might want to put some toilets in these sort of locations as well. I'm actually quite looking forward to being able to expand down there. That's if, of course, the objectives are going to want me to be in that vicinity. Do you know what I mean? Because I might complete the objectives before I've even finished everything else. Right, so let's place an entrance there, place the exit there. Station 7, and like I said, all these are going to need power as well, so that's something else we're going to have to look at. And do you know what, we're also going to need to look at the fact that there is going to be members of staff around each of these areas, so we're going to need staff rooms and toilets. Dotted around, but I am really hoping to kind of God's sake, open up the park. We've got to build some sort of new coaster yet, and that kind of worries me as well, because some of these coasters that have been wanted so far are quite the coaster. So just make sure you're doing this with everyone. Because I'm actually thinking about putting the Ascent back in. As that was quite a good coaster. Station 9, so this should be our last station. I'm going to just go straight with this one as well. These sort of stations currently at the moment aren't really going to take any people. I wouldn't think anyway. I think it's just going to be a it's just going to be there for the sake of it. Right, so let's look now at some facilities. So we want power connected to each one of these. So we're going to put one there. Let's link that up as well. We're going to want one there. Tedious job. And then we're finally going to want one around this bus station as well, because without one there we won't be able to open it at all. Okay, I think now that gives us all the stations. We can then go with, let's have, we've got 9 stations, have we? Oh, we need power as well, so let's get some, we're going to need some more power, guys. So we could make a little kind of area somewhere where we can add like a staff building. How about we just do it underground? Do a little staff building under the ground, staff area. I don't think that's deep enough. Under the ground here, just to run a little sort of like staff area where problem is we can't see anything. So let's just take the terrain down a minute and see what we've got going on. So we find our pathwork. There's our pathwork. Right. Now let's level that to foundation for a minute, just so we can see what we've got going on. Pull it up to the path, and then level off. And we can see what we've got going on. I think we can put a nice little power area under the ground here. So let's put a nice staff building there, and then follow it off with some power. Let's go 4 and 5, and then let's connect 1, 2, connect all them together and connect that to the main grid. We've now got a huge supply of power, and then we can just level back off the terrain like nothing ever happened. And people are actually coming down here, like, let's just make sure that that does kind of work. There we go. Right, so I think now we've got the option to open what hasn't got enough power. Which one hasn't? Is it the first original one? It could be that one. So let's make sure that we've got a power supply around here. We are not. We are connected to the whole power grid with these new power supplies, or are we? Maybe this is just going to take a little bit more power than we thought. Oh, why is it? Okay, right. Let's see now if this bus can open. There we go. So, that is a hell of a bus ride. Looks pretty cool though. I have actually always wanted to kind of build a bus ride that goes all the way around. And the first passengers are going to get on over here. Wow. Of all the places, I didn't think it'd be over here. People have made like a conscious effort to kind of walk over here. Anyway, so we do need to build a new coaster that reaches 49.7 miles an hour. Has an average speed of at least 21, less than 6 nausea, and at least 8 inversions. We've only got 42k. Now, guys, I actually want to put this coaster back in, and I wonder if this has actually got... it actually meets all them targets. I wonder if it does. Because it's a hell of a coaster. I don't know if it's got the 8 inversions, but... do you know what it could? It could have it. It's definitely going to reach the speed. It's definitely going to have the average speed, I'd say, less than 6 nausea too. I don't know if it's got the 8 inversions though. Yeah, see, it reaches the speed. It has the average speed. It has the less than 6 nausea. But inversions, let's have a look. Number of inversions is only 1. But you know what? I actually want to keep this coaster in place. Right, so let's have a look at some facilities. Let's go back to the power. It's just literally outside of the power grids. That's fine. I'm actually quite happy to keep that as a coaster. And, you know, one that's actually going to be available to use. Why are all the buses kind of like bunched up? People are actually waiting to get on the buses, which is good. I presume they will kind of separate out a little bit once people start using them. I've got to wait now for cash anyway, guys. You know, there's not a lot I can do in regards to building anything at the moment. I've got to wait for cash. We have got people venturing down here to go onto this coaster, which is good, which means we can focus on maybe putting a few more bits over here, a couple more flat rides. There's some sort of bush under the ground there. I've buried something under the ground there. had it a second ago. Oh, no. No. Hey, either way, it can stay under the ground. But I think we can start building little bits around here. You know, enticing people to come to this far side of the park. And then once we've got enough money, we can focus on trying to build a coaster that's going to achieve that. I actually think I do possibly have a coaster that will achieve that. It's this one here that I've designed before. It's definitely got... It's definitely going to be that sort of speed. It's definitely got enough inversions. But it is also £70,000. You know, which is it's a lot. So guys, I am going to just focus on saving some money at this point, and potentially building up this little area. So I will be back very soon. Okay, so I've now got around 69,000. I'm hoping that this coaster is going to achieve everything we need for this final one. Now, it is a very, very expensive coaster, but do you know what? This is a very sort of like good park, making a good amount of money and stuff like that. So it does feel worth spending this amount of money on a decent coaster. So I'm gonna just path it up. And then fingers crossed, we are all working. We're going to need more power. Again. So let's just finish this little bit off here. And then we can test this and see if it achieves everything we need it to achieve. It's definitely got 8 inversions, and it definitely reaches the speed we do. I don't know if the average speed is high enough, but we'll find out in a second. Okay, yes, we can achieve everything with this coaster. Like I said, it is not cheap. So just be aware of that if you are thinking of using it. Now, the coaster is available on the Frontier Workshop. It's been on there for a little while. I'm just trying to find somewhere. I've put some there. No, where have I put? Ah, there. Put some new generators in. So I'm going to put even more generators in, just to make sure that we are rocking and rolling. And wow, there's a big queue over there. Normally there's never a queue there for that. Oh my god. The queues for the bus is absolutely crazy. It's got to be the most popular ride. Anyway, let's get this powered. Get it set to open, guys, and that should then give us our platinum objective, which in turn should give us our final objective of the game completed, and that should also give us the gold trophy. Let's see.
Hey there, dude. What is up?
Are you okay, Eugene? Did you fall in a canyon? Should I call Oswald?
No, I'm just trying to be more cool and relaxed, like you.
Eugene, bro, you don't need to try to be anything. You're awesome just the way you are.
But you're learning from me. I should be learning from you too. You can teach me how to be hip.
Well, firstly, I'm not even sure people say hip anymore. Secondly, we already make a great team. With your cognition and my ambition, we're unstoppable. Besides, we can't both be cool, tanned, and exceptionally good at riding waves.
You're right. I can barely maintain balance paddling, never mind surfing.
Come on then. Our work here is done anyway. I can at least teach you the basics. Just promise me you'll leave the armbands in the car this time.
I make no promises.
So that does give us our platinum objective complete, but at the moment, no trophy, which does surprise me because we are currently now done with all objectives. I wonder if it happens at the end. So let's save it, exit to main menu, and see what happens here. Whether or not it pops here, whether or not it pops after the epilogue, I don't know, but that is every single. There it is, fully loaded. That is every single career objective completed. And just to see where we're at before we disappear, 96%. Now, unfortunately, Eugene would be proud has not unlocked, so that's something I'm going to have to either wait for an update, or I'm going to have to just run through the game again and see if I can do it. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate you being here. Now, on the left hand side of your screen will be a trophy guide of some sort for Planet Coaster, and on the right hand side will be the complete playlist. I'm saying that if there is another DLC coaster park drop, then it will be here on the left hand side, and then of course the full playlist here on the right hand side. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Take care. Bye bye.